there was a Workaholics movie in the cards with,
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing Paramount Plus
Yeah.
because it's a Viacom
Yeah.
Comedy Central connection.
Yeah.
And it was greenlit, all ready to go, people hired, like, you know, schedule on, and then it just got shut down at the last minute.
Yeah, like literally wrote the script. We were ready to go. We had the cast back and all scheduled and everything. We rented stages, and then when they came back from like into the new year, like that first week, they were like, "We've got a whole new global agenda,"
Right.
which sounds dark, and maybe it is. But they've got a global agenda where basically like the amount they were going to spend making our movie, our intellectual property just wasn't worth that to them.
Because they were worried that it wasn't going to appeal to international markets.
Right.
They thought it was going to be like only really hit in America, and they needed
Too niche. And look, I get it. But like,
tell us that a little sooner.
Sure, tell us that a little sooner. But also like, I feel bad for those guys over there because Paramount Plus is imploding. And when we were working,
imploding?
Yeah.
Wow, here comes a can of worms. But our Jackass Forever, the last Jackass movie, just went to Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
and it went to Paramount Plus, like without any form of a video on demand window in advance.
Right.
And it went to Paramount Plus without any establishing the market value by bringing it to other streamers. They didn't offer it anywhere else. They just sold it to themselves.
Yeah.
And there was speculation that was not legal. You know, I know.
I don't doubt it. I mean, that's the whole thing. This is why we're striking, because everything's changing so quick. Like, the rules are being made up as they go.
Right, Paramount Plus didn't exist when we negotiated our contract.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden, here it is. And now,
really? I didn't know that. So you guys were going to get paid if it went to Netflix, but it didn't. It went to Paramount.
Right.
Because Viacom.
Right. The argument was like that it's not fair. Like, had they taken it to Netflix and gotten an offer, taken it to, you know, like HBO Max, like wherever, and then they would have established a market value for it. They would have understood what it's worth. But because they did not do that, they just sold it to themselves. Presumably, they didn't rip themselves off. You know, they're
notorious for this. They never syndicate shows for the most part, except for South Park, which has like a different deal. They don't like to syndicate, which is what television, the whole thing is based on. Like, you syndicate so you can make more money and make more episodes and subsidize. By the way, welcome to Hollywood Minute. Fucking, and it's just strange because like it feels like they're just in quicksand, man. Like, people are getting laid off. The people we were in contact with as we were developing it, we'd be like, "Hey, where's Greg?" They're like, "Greg is someone we don't speak about anymore." Like, people are just like disappearing, consolidating, and you're like, yikes.
From my perspective, they done you dirty.
Yeah.
They done you dirty on the Workaholics movie. And I know that you guys were kind of putting it out into the ether that what you wrote is awesome.
Yeah.
And that you're amenable, open-minded to another entity picking it up.
But so here's the thing, is that they go, "Hey, by the way, you guys have," I think it was 2 or 3 weeks to find a proper suitor for this, because if we couldn't do that, they did pay us. It was a pay or play, so we got paid because, you know, they held us off the market kind of thing, and I did write a script. But so they had said, "You got 3 weeks, because if you guys don't find somebody before that, we're gonna write it off. We're gonna use everything else to write off for tax purposes."
That sounds like the National Enquirer catch and kill.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. And I go, "Yeah, man. Hey, I'm glad someone's there crunching the numbers so that you guys are making ends meet. But like, what the fuck is happening?"
Wow. Presumably those 3 weeks elapsed.
Those are over. Those are gone.
They they did the catch and kill.
And by the way, the whole thing is like, if you're Netflix, there were people who were interested, but they would have to they'd have to pay for the movie, and then at some point it would go back to Paramount Plus, and no one's going to do that, right? We're in the forever business now.
So they would do a licensing deal with Paramount?
Essentially, yeah. Yeah. And so what is that? 2 years, 3 years against infinity years? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, what's next for these conglomerates?
I know.
They start buying
they don't
each
know.
other.
They don't know. They have no idea. If they had an idea, shit wouldn't be so wild right now.
And if you go to whoop.com, that's WHOOP, you can get yourself started with the Whoop Band 4.0. Comes with a waterproof charger that slides on top, and boom, you're off to the races. And if you use the promo code STEVO at checkout, then you get 10% off your order.
Yeah, dude.